I'd like to call this meeting to order. Charlie, if you could lead us in the Pledge of
Pledge of Allegiance, yep. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Roll call vote. Kathleen Wolf.
Present.
Eli Badger.
Present.
Alan Silly.
Present.
Jamie Lyford.
Present.
Fran Newton. Here. First of all, I'd like to welcome our two newest members, Jamie Lyford and Alan Silly. Welcome to the board, and thank you for your service in advance. The first thing we need to do is to reorganize the board. I'd just like to make a few statements before we do that. First of all, this is an unusual meeting, to be sure. I personally am calling in because I spent the weekend with my young grandchildren and my daughter, who is a healthcare worker at Brigham and Women's Hospital that has coronavirus, and I thought it was wise to stay home. I'm fine, but in the event that I've been exposed to it, I think I should stay at home. And Eli has made a personal choice to stay at home for his health as well. Because we are on a teleconference, I'm going to ask that we conduct ourselves quietly, civilly, and please don't talk over one another. Understand that those of us on the phone can't see hands raised or anything. So any votes will be done by roll call, by name, so we know who's saying aye and nay. If there's something that Eli and I need to have attention called to that we're not seeing, Charlie, I ask that you point out anything by way of notice. Okay?
Sure.
So that having been said, let us first reorganize the board. Are there any nominations for chair?
I nominate Eli Badger for chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
I will second that. Did somebody else second it?
Alan.
I did, Alan.
Alan, okay, thank you, Alan. You good. I didn't see who it was. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of Eli Badger being chair, please state your name and your vote. Fran Newton, aye.
Kathleen
Eli
DeWolf.
Badger, aye.
Kathleen DeWolf, aye.
Alan Silly, aye.
Jamie Lyford, aye.
Okay, congratulations, Eli. You now have the chair for the rest of the meeting.
Thank you. I will accept a nominations for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Kathleen DeWolf.
Do I hear a second?
Jamie, second.
Okay. Are there any, shall we? I love this. Are there any other nominations for vice chair?
No.
Hearing none. All in favor of Kathleen DeWolf, state your name and say aye.
Fran Newton, aye.
Kathleen DeWolf, aye.
Alan Silly, aye.
Jamie Lyford, aye.
Eli Badger, aye.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you. I suggest that we postpone the divvying out of the liaison officers until next month.
I think that's a great idea.
I agree.
Hopefully we can be meeting face to face next month.
Everybody, is that okay?
I
with you?
concur.
You,
Aye,
Jamie?
yep.
Yep. We all concur.
Thank you. Moving on. I see that we have a non-public session as the fourth item. It's under 91A:3, 1B, hiring of staff. I hate to ask you, the majority of you to leave, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Who's making, Kathleen? Okay, go ahead, Fran.
This is Fran, I make a motion we go into non-public according to RSA 91A, letter B.
I decline.
That's a nay?
Nay.
Okay, Kathleen. Who seconded the motion?
I didn't hear what she said.
To go in non-public.
No,
Fran made a
public.
motion to go in
And I
non-public.
said nay.
No.
She needs a second. Someone needs a second.
I'll second the motion.
Okay.
Eli Badger seconds the motion.
Okay. All right.
Is there any further discussion?
I vote nay.
It's not looking like there's further discussion.
None for me.
No.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Fran Newton, aye.
Is Eloy gonna vote?
I will after I hear other people
okay.
vote.
Jamie Lyford, nay.
Kathleen DeWolf, nay.
Alan Silly, aye.
Eli Badger says aye.
Okay.
So we're reconvening at, I have 7:10. I'm going to chair the meeting at this point because it's so hard to do with the phone. What's next? Charlie, do you want to?
Well, we reorganized and we had a public comment section, but I got a public announcement. I have a prepared statement that I'd like to read for everyone. As everyone knows, there's a pandemic going on in our country. So I called an emergency meeting with the department heads this morning, and we decided to take a course of action that we are going to close the town office building until further notice. We're going to close the utility building,
don't you
but
read your
I'm just
statement?
going
You
to, I'll
read
read
it.
my statement. So, like I said, the town office and utility buildings will be closed to the public beginning Tuesday, March 17th, 2020, until further notice. We continue to actively monitor the COVID-19 situation, which is rapidly evolving. The town is committed to the continued health and optimal safety of our residents as well as our employees, and we intend to do our part to flatten the curve of the COVID-19 pandemic. To that end, we have decided that effective Tuesday, March 17th, 2020, the town office and utility building will be closed to the public until further notice, and the transfer station will not accept recyclables at this time. However, this does not mean that we will not be working. In today's world, most of the transactions for our residents can be done online or arranged via phone or email. Resident questions can and will be answered via phone or email. We already offer the ability to conduct many resident transactions online, included vehicle registration renewals, the payment of taxes, dog license renewals, water, sewer, and electricity bills. And as a last resort, you may schedule an appointment in the town office with the appropriate town personnel to complete your transaction. Our town office phone number is 603-968-4432. Now, we ask respectfully that if you are sick, you make every attempt to conduct your business online or via phone or email. Employees have been advised to discreetly refuse to provide services to any person who is obviously sick with COVID-19 symptoms such as runny nose, cough and sneezing, shortness of breath, or fever. Of course, our police and fire departments will continue to serve the residents of our town on a business-as-usual basis. However, we ask that you please keep all non-emergency calls to a minimum so that they may devote their time to those residents in need of emergency services. If you have non-emergency COVID-19 related questions, we ask that you please call 211. This is a state hotline manned 24/7 specifically for such questions. We will be monitoring all local developments related to COVID-19 as your town officials, we are committed to timely and ongoing communication about any and all changes to our operating status, as well as any recommendations to the public from the public health and other government officials. The town website address is ashland.nh.gov, and we encourage you to visit the website frequently for news and updates. We have already started to post this to the town website. With that being said, I'll open it up. I know Chief Olwick had a few things that he was going to say. So
Slide over here so the camera can hear me.
sounds good.
So I just want to let the public know that we are going to be operating business as usual for the most part. Our lobby door will remain open. We are asking that if there is something that can be handled over the phone, that we do business that way, so that we limit our face-to-face interaction. If there's an emergency call, by all means, we will come out, we will handle it. Past tense crimes, things like fingerprinting, VIN verifications, and things of that nature, we're going to do what we can to do over the phone or limit those kind of interactions as best we can. The lobby door will remain open, but if the possibility to make the phone call in is available, please do that, and obviously we can do their best to handle the call over the phone. That's it. Thank you.
Steve?
At this time, we're still operating as usual.
Good.
I just want to advise people that due to the loss of snow that we've had, that we are now requiring fire permits. So any outside burning does involve the permit process. You can get them online, or you can call the station and somebody will come out to issue the permit. Okay, and so we can minimize the number of people having to come into the station.
Yep. I also forgot to mention that the Booster Club is closed. There'll be no rento in the after-school program for kids. That's closed. The library, Mardine Badger is the trustee. She wanted to say, make a statement about the library.
The library is closed until at least April 3rd. There will be updates if needed. The library staff will be available by telephone and email. The email for the library is ashlandlibrary@roadrunner.com. Items currently checked out by library patrons will be automatically renewed until April 3rd. Books and other items on hold will still be available to pick up when the library reopens. Wi-Fi is available outside the library around the perimeter. Our notice on the town website has the network name and the password for that Wi-Fi. It's also reminding people to take advantage of our online resources, including downloaded audio and ebooks that are available through Overdrive and the Libby app. Again, the library will post any information as things change and to update, so always check the town library website and we'll cross-post onto the town website. And all library activities have been canceled through April 3rd.
Correct. Transfer station. So the reason why we decided to stop the recycling at the transfer station is because of the door that people go in and out.
Right. Yeah, so just to limit the exposure inside, because a lot of people come in there Saturdays. We're not going to accept any construction debris at this time or recycling. However, I think I'm going to put my glass collection bin outside near the compactor, at least so you can throw some glass away, because I know that gets bulky and that's hard for people to collect. But the other stuff, I think it's pretty easy. But I just wanted to limit the in and out of that door, touching of the doors, and it would be impossible to keep that clean, especially on a Saturday. So we'll keep the inside shut down. There'll be no, don't bring your furniture, don't bring your mattresses or any construction. We try to hold on to it. If there's something that anybody out there really needs to get rid of, you can pass the word. They can do the same thing. They can call down to the transfer station. We'll do a one-on-one basis, and we'll try to get a slip made out for you to dump that stuff. But it would have to be during work hours and stuff like that. But we'll try to keep it. You dump your trash as normal. Try to recycle as much as you can going through until at least for the next 15 days, and we'll let you do glass, because I think that's pretty easy for us to manage outside.
So what about steel cans?
Well, if you can hold on to them as long as you can, that would be great. Like I said, if it becomes a problem, I can probably try to put another bin out there so people can dump outside. And we may do that too, if I can figure out how to manage it, and we have room for it. I just don't want people dumping over and running over each other. But we'll look into cans too, I know those are bulky as well. Yep.
Yep.
Does Rusty have anything to say, or is he just,
Everything's business as usual.
okay? And also.
Well, Rusty's department will be affected by the utility, the billing aspect of it. But we'll get through it. I mean, I think we'll get through all of this as a town and a community. It's gonna be difficult for everyone, but I think it's best for our employees in our community that, safety and health are two top priorities for us and our staffs, and I think personally think this is the right approach for us to take for the time being.
Well, Jamie asked why we were meeting, and the directive came, we still have to conduct business as usual. This is why we're teleconferencing with Fran and Eli, because we have to fulfill our 91A duties. We have to conduct the business, we have to have it in an open forum, and people either come or not. So that's what the business is going to be for at least the next couple of weeks until we hear anything different.
Great.
Okay?
Question by David.
Yeah, at the town office, people paying bills, can they do it by, used to have slots you can drop off? the stuff
The slot's open. Yep, you
in
can still.
both the utility office and
Yep. Yep,
Okay.
yeah, you can certainly use the slot, yep. Or mail it. Mardine?
Just thought of something. We will be canceling the March 25th planning board meeting. The April 1st planning board meeting is still in question. Depends on what we can do for location. So March 25th is definitely canceled.
Because planning board also falls under the same category as the BOS, where we have to conduct our business as usual. And
We
unless,
we have timelines that we have to meet also.
yes.
Great.
Any other public announcements? Is that it? Thank you.
That's it.
You can leave if you wish. Go home. I see on new business, we have Ashland 4th of July committee.
The minutes from 3-2.
Well, because there were only 3 of us there, Eli and I would constitute a quorum of the 3 that we could approve the minutes.
Yeah, technically you don't have to, a board doesn't have to vote on them.
I didn't find any changes. If Eli.
If there isn't any, I'll just move them forward.
Okay. Eli, any?
Move them forward.
Okay. So 4th of July committee, do you have any paperwork for us?
I do not.
Okay, remember, we have 2 new members of the board here, and they need to have, we all need to have paperwork in front of us so we know what the topic is tonight, and these 2 members are
All the paperwork I've had, I've forwarded to Charlie in the past. Which
but what is the topic tonight?
you guys asked me to come here tonight to discuss the plan, which is up here on the board for the 4th of July.
Oh, okay, I'm not aware that we made that request, but you have it up there, so.
We did in November.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
I meant tonight.
Yeah.
okay.
One thing, real quick, what Kendall and I have been working on, we got all the vendor contracts approved by legal. Boy, how many, there's probably 4 or 5 contracts?
There, we have the generic contract, which goes to all of the food vendors.
Okay, yeah.
Those have been approved by legal and by
Primex, legal and Primex, yep.
The entertainment, which is virtual entertainment, that has been approved by both. And the DJ, and then the 2 bands for the parade the next day.
Okay, the vertical entertainment, I happened to be in the office when Naomi Butterfield had a call with Charlie. Yes, the contracts came forward. She suggested that we sit as a group and have a non-meeting so she could explain the parameters of that contract.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as, but that was before all of this happened.
Yeah.
I have a call into her office as well.
Yeah.
So we can do that. That's not a problem. And he was actually going to be here tonight, but the chief asked me not to have as many people, because the entire committee was coming with vendors tonight. But the chief asked me not to do that, so we didn't do that. We'll gladly meet with whoever for...
We might have to do a teleconference
Right.
with
And-
legal.
So the 4th of July committee has a number which is available for us to do teleconferences.
Okay.
We have a meeting coming up on Wednesday, and that's actually how we're planning to conduct the meeting. We've already talked with Charlie about it, and he said that would be fine. We'll publish that number so that anyone from the public that wants to chime in is welcome to chime in.
I'm sorry, for what?
The 4th of July committee.
Yeah, I
meeting.
understand your meeting, but what does that have to?
I think he's inviting you.
Oh, I don't
anyone
plan
from-
on doing anything other than what I have to
Yeah,
do here with the board.
anyone from the public is welcome to join in.
You probably,
At that meeting.
you should also not welcome people to the public until we get past this point. Too, you can have your meeting still, you can still choose to have your meeting, and the public can come, but be aware that,
Our meeting is a teleconference meeting. That we will not be meeting in person.
Oh, okay.
For the conversation I had with Charlie, and the thing that came from the
yeah.
AG's office
Okay.
today on
I have none of this,
91A.
I have none of this information. I'm sure Alan and Jamie or the rest of the board, we don't have any of this information.
Okay.
Can I ask you some questions about the plan?
Absolutely.
Because this is the first I see it. So
This is the
what do you
same-
got going on with the plan?
Okay, so this is the same plan as we did last year. This would be Main Street,
Main Street,
Freudenberg.
Freudenberg.
This is the entrance to the ballpark.
Yes.
These would be the food vendors.
How many vendors do you think
15.
you 15 food vendors?
Porta potties down on the ice rink, a maximum of 15 vendors. A dumpster, which goes right there at the end. Craig had asked us last year, made a suggestion, because we had them around the field in previous years. He suggested that we do them all in one spot, and that actually worked out really well last year. So we'll continue with having them there. There will be a handicapped one, which will be in a different location because of the getting up onto the ice rink. This is the new playground that they're putting in. This is the backstop for the softball field. The DJ will be moved to this location this year. So that's the one change. The reason for, these people here, we're having a difficult time hearing them because of the noise from these vehicles. The entertainment across the top, nothing on the tennis courts. And 4th of July committee will have a presence here and a presence here on the bandstand.
Could you put that schematic on paper so we could have it in the files, please?
So I'm kind of a foodie. What do you plan on serving for food?
It's a variety of different foods, most of the same ones we had last year. So we have a lot of desserts. We have some Jamaican stuff. We have some barbecue stuff. Very wide variety. We're still waiting for some food vendors to get back to us. As you're well aware, the situation is a little more fluid than what it usually is at this time. So, and some of our vendors had committed to other things because they hadn't heard from us. So,
Cool. Hopefully you can have it.
so I will get together with Charlie on the vertical entertainment situation, which I actually don't know nothing about here, so.
I'm the only one that heard the phone call, so I don't feel free to discuss what I heard. All the board needs to hear it at the same time. And council said that she would have a non-meeting with us to discuss it. But that was before we had the...
When I talked to her last week, she brought nothing of that up on Wednesday. So,
Okay.
Cool.
Guess we have to keep the lines of communication open.
so also, in the event that this is a prolonged thing, we are talking to them that we'll do this at a different time or cancel it all together for this year and do it next year.
Yeah, I have to admit,
So-
I can't look that, I can't look farther than probably April 1st right now to see how we're gonna plan anything going forward.
I understand that.
Yeah, because we're all gonna have to change how we do,
Yeah.
we're doing business now, and it's
So I
it's
have
gonna be an
had that
eye-opener for
conversation with
all
some
of
of
us.
the vendors
Yeah,
to
yeah.
putting it off to either the fall or
Yeah, that might be,
next year.
yeah, that might be,
Labor Day would be a logical choice, but we'll see.
and it might, at that point, maybe we'd have something to, even more to celebrate. And people would be more than happy to get out.
I have a question, KB.
Yes.
What is your deadline for advertising in case we have to continue this on and on for a bit before decisions are made?
Oh, I'm actually glad you made that. So we're starting the brochure already. We have letters which have already gone out. They went out a while ago. We have to have all the artwork and everything in for the beginning of May. Well, actually, it's the end of April, we have to have everything in. The beginning of May, everything goes to the printer, and then Memorial Day, everything is out. Also, I'm glad you brought that up, because I need to let you know the Grand Marshals, the Mary Rule Award is gone to Mark Liebert. You all probably know Mark.
That was announced already.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was unaware that it was announced.
Yeah, not last meeting, I think maybe the meeting
Okay.
before.
And then Ron Shaw is our person, Grand Marshal. Does that answer?
Can I ask
Yes, it does. Thank
Can I
you,
ask
David.
a question?
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead.
Kendall, you mentioned something about your next meeting being a teleconference, and you said you had a number that people could call in. What
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
technology you're using? I'm curious because, we as a board also need to decide and discuss how we're going to be meeting going forward to fulfill our obligations. So I'd like to hear more about that.
I can send to Charlie the link and everything to their website. It's,
Okay.
it is a toll number. Oh, it's not a 1-800 number, but it also has the option to record the entire meeting as well. So, I'll send that information to Charlie.
Thanks, Kendall.
You're welcome.
Great.
And, my sister did tell me, it's through my business, my sister did say if you wanted to use that,
Oh, yeah.
she would make that available to the
Cool,
town.
thank you.
So, because of the circumstances.
Thanks.
Craig, did you want to speak about the scales? These?
Do you want to?
Or were you putting this on hold for,
No, I think, well, we're going down Wednesday to get certified. So after that, we can officially start running the scales. We decided with Charlie's input that we'd be charging 8 cents a pound to get rid of construction debris or shingles. So what we're gonna do is make up a little matrix that says, we're going to, what is it, $8 per 100 pounds?
Yeah, up to 100 pounds, it's $8, and the scale is like every 50 pounds, so 100 to 49 pounds would be $12.
So we're gonna make up a matrix to make it easier for the guys down there, because they don't have a cash register. We don't wanna deal with dimes, nickels, and quarters. So right now, we keep everything to whole dollars, and a lot of transfer stations do the same thing, so we'll try to round it up, so it's all to the nearest dollar, to make it easier for everybody. And that's just to start things, so they'll have a matrix, they'll say, all right, you brought in 200 pounds of material, your bill is $16. So it's just gonna be more accurate. So you'll see changes coming as we can get these scales online, and we'll do some trials, and we're gonna start working, this month, hopefully. Well, we may not because of this situation that's going on, but we'll do some trials ourselves and go forward.
and this is for construction debris only, not commercial?
Not right yet, no. And shingles
Okay, so shingles,
and construction debris.
wood, how about mattresses, furniture, is that considered?
Mattresses and furniture have their own set price, because they're bulky materials. So we have to charge a set price for those. And furniture and all that kind of stuff is all set.
Because I was asked,
Yeah.
commercial halls were gonna be,
Right now, we have the ability to do it. Now, that's something for us to discuss, what we want to do.
Okay.
And the selectmen can, we'll weigh in, have a meeting some point and talk about it.
So do you want to wait on the vote for the fee?
Well, I think the fee covers it covers our cost, and it puts just a very small amount in to maintain the scales. I do have to have them certified every year, and it's almost $900 to have that scale certified every year. So that'll help fund that as well.
so is that that's why you were before us? You wanted
Yeah,
us to
just
vote on the?
Just to vote on the 8 cents.
Okay.
Yeah.
It relates to 8 cents a pound.
So
And
Craig tried to
That's not
give.
the highest that
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
pay in the state, but it's somewhere right in the middle.
Yeah.
So do I hear?
I'm a humble guy, I'm not gonna take all the credit. Craig's the one that did the work on the fees.
Okay.
He searched the neighboring towns, Meredith, Moultonborough, Plymouth and Laconia. Meredith's at 8 cents a pound, so is it Moultonborough. Laconia is at 0.75 cents. So,
Most everybody.
Most
charges
everybody's
around
about
8.
that.
There are a few out there that
Higher.
charge
Yeah.
9.
yeah,
But if we can make it work with 8,
yeah,
we will.
yeah.
Any questions before we put this up for a motion? Jamie? Alan?
I'm good.
Jamie?
The 8 cents per pound covers our costs. So how much over that is the scale certifications every year? We put this in to even our costs out, but
Well, it costs me about 5 cents to get rid of our waste, it's all dependent on how heavy the container is. So the less weight the container is, as you know, the more it costs me, because there's set tip fees. That if it was empty, it would still cost me almost $400 to get rid of it if it was empty. And then we pay so much per pound, so the more weight I can get into there, the better we are. So we set it a little higher because I don't know what I'm gonna get for weight in there. It depends on what material's in there. So if I have 15 mattresses in there, and I'm not gonna be able to put the weight in there that I normally would on a container that's just wood. So we set it, we gain that 3 cents for as a buffer.
right. So what's your your scale certification fee is going to be?
It's around $900 a year. So I think that it will more than cover it, I think. We should be fine. In fact, right now, we're losing money every week that we operate it, we're losing money anyway, so. I mean, what I'm saying by losing money is the people that are dumping the wood, they're not paying for it, we are. Everybody in Ashland pays for the extra that we can't collect. I think one time last summer, I collected enough money to cover the cost of what we actually shipped out. And that's just because the guys can't estimate, they estimate. Well, we have set things for set trucks.
Right.
A 1-ton pickup is this much, and a pickup that's short bed is this much. And so it's all estimate, it's all what they think. And so I think one time I had enough money to cover the actual cost. So no matter what we do, we're gonna be ahead of the game.
Yep. Yeah, and that line item for Hall and Jamie has consistently not been funded. Last year, it went over budget by almost 13,000. The 3 years before that, it was 7,000. Overall, what we see the department brings into about $21,000, I think, is what we calculated for revenue.
It's really,
So,
it's underfunded, but it's not. If you look at it, I collect fees from people, but that all goes into the general fund. So the money comes in, so my line item's over, but it's really not, because I collected money for a lot of that stuff. But it doesn't really
no.
show.
No.
but,
No.
but this will help.
This will help offset the
whole idea
taxation.
of putting the scales in is to make the people that use that construction debris pay for it.
Pay the fair
not
share.
everybody else in town.
Which I understand, but if the 8 cents doesn't cover our certification cost every year, plus what we haul out, then,
Oh, it will, but it will.
okay.
Yeah,
We can revisit.
yeah, if somewhere down the line I find out that I'm not, you know, I'm short, we can always go up a penny or so. But nobody, I mean, if you do the calculations, I need 5 cents to cover my costs, if you do the calculations. And that's, you know, good, but the buffer is how much I can put in a can. So in the spring, after everybody gets their income taxes back, there's 900 mattresses a week in there, it seems like. You know, there's a whole bunch right now in there just because it's that time of year, sales and
Yeah.
they get their, it's,
Yeah.
so the
Interesting.
can gets bulky, so it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
weigh, you know, 2 tons. But I should be able to put 5 or 6 tons in there. When I can fit 5, 6, 7, 8 tons in there, that's when we actually can make money on it and help pay down the cost of the operation of the transfer station.
Anything else? Okay. I'll make a motion that we set the, what are we gonna call this? Scale fees. The new scale fees at 8 cents a pound.
Second.
Any other discussion? Any discussion from Eli or Fran?
No?
Okay, then, all in favor? Aye?
Aye.
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 Eli Badger says aye.
Okay,
Cool. Motion passes.
this is weird. Thanks,
Gotta call the vote. You just gotta call it.
thanks, Craig. Anything else?
Well, we had select board items. Fran had previously asked me to put on the select board items, Ashland Water and Sewer Headworks and Septic Receiving Station project ceremony. We had talked, Fran, about maybe April, but being what's going on, I don't know if you want to table that for a little bit.
I unfortunately think we need to,
Yeah, I
but
know.
let's not lose sight of it.
Yeah.
Keep it on our select board item list. The only thing I have, April is application time for Planning, Zoning, Heritage Conservation Commission, and Scrivener trustee. The applications are available online.
ZBA?
I'm sorry?
ZBA.
ZBA, thank you.
Please.
Did I leave anything else out? Okay, we'd like to have them by the beginning of April, so we can act on them, the work session in April, so the new appointees can hit the ground running in May, the start of the May meetings.
Well, we need to call them in for interviews.
They'll
Right.
come to our work session.
Yeah.
So they have a
Yeah.
2-week period
Yeah.
well, I'm announcing it now, so they'll have ample time to get them in, so we can review them
Yeah.
before we make our final appointments. Jamie, you have anything you'd like to add?
Nope.
Alan?
I'm good, thank you.
Eli, Fran, anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to have Charlie look into alternative ways of meeting, just going forward temporarily, so that we can figure out a way to conduct our business according to 91A and still keep everyone safe. So I'd like to ask Charlie if you could look into possibilities for video conferencing, teleconferencing, whatever.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, with that then, adjourn this a meeting at, time is it? 20 minutes of 8, 7:40.
So thank you, everybody. Congratulations to the new
didn't hear
officers
me.
and welcome again to the new board members. And we look forward to a good year.
Okay, I'm going to adjourn the meeting now. Jamie has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
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 You're signing off.
That's
Okay.
over.